Alright, video number 4. Finishing. So, on this one's a struggle problem. Alright, what I'm going to do, I would really like this triangle. If I had all the dimensions to that triangle right there, I've got the height of my little building, I've got the distance apart, it'd be super handy. What I need is one of these sides to make that happen. I don't have one, so I'm going to have to go out there and I'm going to have to find one. I'm looking at the big triangle here now, the big triangle. This angle is 60, this side is 450, and then I'm going to use the fact that this side up here has to be 65 to give me some more information on this big triangle. And I can use the law of sine, but I'm going to use it, law of sine, to find this other side. And that's going to be the hypotenuse of the triangle that I want. And once I have that much of it, I can find the rest of it fairly easy. So we're going to go sine 60 over 450 is equal to, we'll call this x underneath sine 65. Alright? So we'll go 60, we'll take the sine of that, and that'll be 0.866, and then we'll take 65, we'll take the sine of that, and then we'll get 0.906. Alright. And so then we're going to take, and we have x is equal to these two multiplied, so 450 sine 65, and it'll be divided by the number that was attached to x, sine 60. Let me show you what that looks like before I get all crazy on you. X sine 60 is equal to 450 times sine 65, and I'm going to divide both sides by sine 60. So I have 450 times 0.906, and I'm going to divide that by, what is that, 0.866. And so now I've got this side listed down here as 470.785. Alright, so once you get that 470.785 down on this side, I can now pull this triangle, and this is listed at, I'll just go 471 as a rounded value. I already know both angles. This is 35, this is 55, this is my height, this is my distance apart. And for these both, I'm just going to pick 35 because it's the given angle. And we'll say that the height over 471 is equal to, it's going to be the opposite side, so sine of 35. So 471 times the sine of 35 is the height, and then that'll make 471 times the cosine of 35 the distance. And then you just take those bad boys, you're going to punch them out, and you will get what do you get? 270 feet for the height, and then the distance apart is going to be 386 feet for the distance apart. Alright, that's those problems right there. Let's go to that last page. Find sine, write these answers as a fraction and as a decimal, round to 4 places if necessary. So on this one, sine r is equal to opposite, which is 15 over 25. That's going to reduce to 3 over 5, which is going to reduce to 0.6. And then sine s is 20 over 25, which is 4 over 5, 0.8. There we go. On this one, you've got sine r is equal to opposite is 24. Oh, yeah, opposite is 24. Hypotenuse is 26. That's going to be 12 over 13. and that's going to be, let's go 12 over 13 on the old TI, 0.9231. And then we have sine S, which will be 10 over 26. 10 over 26, or 5 over 13. So we'll go 5 over 13, and that'll be 0.3846, according to my trusty TI-36 Solar. Alright, continuing on. Sine R, again, we will get opposite, which is 16, adjacent, which is 34. That's going to give me 8 over 17. 8 over 17 is going to give me 0.4706. And then sine S, 30 over 34, or 15 over 17, which gives me 15 over 17, 0.8824. We are so close. Find the value of each variable, round the decimals to the nearest tenth. Alright. So for this one, I've got 57. I also have, what's that going to make that? 33. When I use this, I want to try to use the one that makes my life a little bit easier. So I'm going to use the tangent of 33 instead of the tangent of 57. What that does is put my variable on top. Does it matter a whole bunch? No, probably not, but I like it better when I get to multiply instead of dividing by a trig function. It really does nothing other than just make my life just a smidgen easier. For this one, there's no way around it. I'm going to have to divide by a trig function. You could use Pythagorean theorem to get b, but I don't want to. So I will use sine of 57. And that'll give me the number that they gave me. If you have a choice between a number that they give you and a number you make up, and pick the number they gave you just in case. We're going to switch those two, and we'll get b is equal to 14 divided by the sine of 57. And that's going to mean that b is equal to 16.7. We're going to have to cut that part away. We'll break it right here, make that last video a little longer.